Yeah, hello everyone. Thanks for joining in. And we're going to be having Python as the next class. Now before the Python class, I'm still going to ask you. Some of you are actually getting my question right because some of you are saying the question. The weeks we've spent is already 6 weeks. But none of you have actually commented on when we started the lifelong learning thingy. But we are all good and set to go. So how many of us are ready for the Python class? I'll be bringing Mr. Daniel on board so you can start off with the Python class. Hi, Mr. Daniel, you're live.
Hello, everybody.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you so much. Hello, everybody. How are you guys doing? It's another wonderful Saturday. Okay, so I don't think you guys can see me. For some reason, I'm having some technical difficulties. Um, yeah, but I don't think it will hinder our class today. We'll just basically go straight to the project. Yeah. So I'm intending to walk through the project. For those of you who have tried it or who are still trying it, we'll walk through it together. We'll build it from scratch, right? And then you'd see the process of actually going through the project, right? Trying to solve a problem. For today's class, our problem statement is we're supposed to build a game, right? A game that we could call Know Your Continent. So basically, once the user accepts to play the game, you show the user several countries. Um, you show the user several countries and their capitals. Well, options of capitals, right? So if like we see, okay, let me just go straight to share my screen and then talk from there. Okay, I should be sharing now. Hi Jane, how are you? Good to see you again. Uh, I'm expecting some other guys to come on board. Jonathan, yeah, and if you want to come on board, come on stage, you just have to drop your email and then you get the link to come on stage. I'll totally appreciate that. Okay, I think we're live now. My screen is sharing. Okay, so so I believe project one is basically easy. We've done something very similar, and you shouldn't find issues with it. If you have issues, you could always ask via the mail. Hello at coderina.org, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Okay, so for project two, I feel this is where we would probably have more issues. So I'm going to focus there, right? We're going to build it together from scratch. Okay, so we're supposed to build a game. It access the audience. Let's, just pull this out from here and uh, create a new collab notebook. Oh, I know. Nice to have you. Nice to have you here. Okay, Jonathan. Okay, I can see you. All right, so I guess we're gonna have fun today. Okay, so I'm dropping this here, but I'll have to convert this to. Oh, so it doesn't look exactly like this. Let me do this first. Just pull this out from here. Right. Um, okay, know your continent. Know your continent in this game at the end. Okay, so we could actually just do this here. Just to clearly make it clearer for you for everyone. So let's just say know your continent, right? Cool. And let's take this out from here. and put it here. Okay, so this is what we're trying to achieve. What is the capital of America? What's the capital of Canada? Um, what do we do? Okay, so let's work with North America. Or first, let's just see. Um, let's do which continent has the highest, yeah, number of countries. That's good. Okay, Africa. Fine. Okay, so we could work with Africa then. Um, yeah, okay, that's fine. So first of all, we want to, well, how do we solve this problem? We want to get all the capitals, all the countries and their capitals, right, and store them in some form of way. And so from there, we can pick them out to ask questions. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Okay, so um, yeah, let's check the list of countries in Africa because we're going to need the countries and their capitals. Okay, let's do African. You can see that I really didn't prepare this anywhere. We're going to just go through it together, right? So you see how to do it from scratch without any form of preparation, right? Um, let's see. Okay, this is good, but this gives me more information than I need. I need somewhere that's going to be easy for me to. Let's check this. Not necessarily. Let's check. Uh, see this. Okay, this looks good, but let's see. There is. Okay, I mean we could just pick this, right, and see. Yeah, yeah. So we could just pick this and come here. Yeah, this looks good. Okay, this looks good. Okay, but we would have to store this in some form of data um, structure, right? And we want every country, we want to map every capital to its corresponding country, right? So, what data structure do you think would be best for this? I think using a dictionary would be fantastic. So, for a dictionary, the countries could be keys, and then the capitals could be values, right? So, we could do something like this. Let's make them all strings first. We could code along together, right? So you just do everything that you see me do. Okay, so in case you're unsure where we got this from, just go back. You could just put in the keyword African countries and their capitals, and then scroll down to um, sports history or something like that, and then copy from there. So it makes your work easy because if you follow any other way, it might not be as easy as this. because why we're doing this is we probably want to use the countries. We want to know what all the countries are at first, and then their capitals. Um, we want to keep it somewhere first before we start the actual coding. That's why we're doing this. Are we right? Is it trying to check for Mauritius? Okay, Port Louis, yeah. We're turning everything to a string so that if it's not a string, it's a variable, and a variable must contain something. But in this case, we are not looking for it to contain anything. Yeah. Okay, so I'm actually just turning everything to a string, right? And then so once I'm done, we'll go to the next phase. So this is actually pretty interesting. This already has um, a quotation mark, so I would need to use a double quotation mark. If you don't do that, you would have an error. Okay. Okay, so we have everything in strings. Now we want to connect both of them. So we want to connect the country to the capital. So what do we do? First of all, let's put them in a dictionary, right? Let's put everything into a dictionary. Okay, so and then we want to map. Remember, a dictionary contains keys and values. We probably should have used a smaller continent, then we wouldn't have to do a lot of. But this is only once, I promise. Okay, we're almost done. It has many countries. Oh my gosh. Okay, so what? This is not yet ready yet. We're almost there, so we need to add this. Come on. Almost there. Almost there. Okay. Don't need to put it in the last one. So just properly align all of them. Okay, so we have them in a dictionary. So what do we call this dictionary? Let's call it a country underscore dict. Okay, so now we have our country dictionary, right? Um, because we want to take random options of capitals, so we need to probably get all the capitals from this dictionary. To do that, we would use this say capitals would be equal to country dict, right? Dot values. If we do this, let's run it to see. We don't need this anymore. right? Okay. So bring out let's print out capitals to see what's in capitals. So we're basically getting all the capitals. Yeah, you can see it. All Jazz, Luanda, Port Novo, Gaborone. All Jazz, Luanda, Port Novo, Gaborone. Yeah, do you see it? So, but we would need to convert this to a string so that it's easily manipulatable, meaning we can easily take um, take random items from it. It's a little bit more difficult to manipulate a dictionary because at this point it's coming as a dictionary. So let's turn it to a list. Okay, so it's been turned to a list. So if we run this again, you would see that it come out as a list. So now it's a list. Fantastic. Okay, so now that we have our list, um, what do we want to do? So we want to start asking. Let's create the skeleton. So first of all, we need to go through all the countries first. So we could use a for loop for that. We could say for country capital in country underscore dict dot items to get. So this will basically return. Okay, you know what? Let me do this first. For keys, okay, for key value, for key value in the dictionary, we could say print key and value. So you get to see what's happening here. You see? So it's going to print the first, you're going to take the key, first value, print it, first key, second value, or second key, second value, print it, third, and then it keeps going until it finishes, gets to the end. So we could actually just change this to country since we want to give it a different name, an easier name, and capital, right? So for country and capital, yeah, it'll still give us the same result. So it's giving us countries and capitals, right? So we could do something like what is the capital of, then put this into, yeah, but this could be a formatted string, right? If we do this, let's comment this out. If we do this, this will come out. See that it's going through all the countries one by one, and then it's passing the country into this print statement. So what's the capital of Algeria? What's the capital of Angola? Okay. So let's do something like this. Print. We could just say the corresponding capital basically. Yeah. So now we have what's the capital of Algeria? Algiers. What's the capital of Angola? Luanda. What's the capital of Benin? Port Novo, right? We're getting somewhere. Okay. So what do we need to do? We need to randomly generate options. First, let's randomly generate options from the capitals. So let's import random because you can't really import random, right? Then, okay, I'll just do it here. Uh, let's say options is equal to random dot sample. Sample allows you to take multiple options from a list. So in this case, we want to take three, right? And then let's print out options here. Let's see if that would work. Oh, fantastic. So now we're having options. We're having options, right? So what is the capital of Algeria? We have three wrong options, and then we have Algiers. So um, let's add dot append capital. The capital here, let's append Algiers. In this case, let's add Algiers to the answer here, to this list, right? That's what append does. It adds it to the bottom. So if we do this, let's see what that will give us. Fantastic. So you can see he added all jazz here to the list, to the options list, added Luanda to the Luanda list. So in this case, I don't think we need the capital. We don't need this line of code anymore. We have our question and we have options for the question, but we're not quite there. It has to look like this, right? So what do we do? How about how about this for option in options, or for cap in options, right? Print cap. Let's try this. Oh, we're getting somewhere. So now it's lining them up, right? Okay. Uh, but this is not, so we don't necessarily need this code again. I'll just to show us what's in options. So now, what do we do? Now, do you notice that the correct answer is always option D? Let's say this is A, B, C, D. It's always option D. So that means we would need to shuffle it, right? So let's shuffle it. Options dot shuffle. I hope this is correct.
Hi everyone. Sorry, I think we're having a technical issue with Mr. Daniel, but it's going to be on soon. Yep.
Oh, sorry about that, guys. So sorry. I don't know. Network is just crazy this afternoon. Okay, so we stopped at. Let me just share my screen. Let's go back to sharing our screen. Share screen. Okay. Um, hmm. Can you guys see my screen? Okay, I guess you can now. Okay, so let's go back. We stopped at we need to shuffle it so that all jazz or the right answer is not always option D. We need to, sometimes it's option A, sometimes option B, sometimes option C. So how do we shuffle a list in Python? Let's see. Okay, so random dot shuffle my list shuffles the list. Okay, so let's go. Run options. So this should be here, yeah, and then this should be random. So shuffle the options list and then print it out. So let's see what that does. Oh, this will give us an error because will it give us an error? Let's see. Okay, didn't give us an error. Okay, so let's go and see. Okay, so now option all the list has been shuffled. You can see that all jazz is now option C, right? Um, that's good, but this is not enough, right? We want to also attach. Um, okay, first off, let's ask questions. Let's give the user an opportunity to select an option. So input, right? Uh, okay, we could just do an input field, and we could say, okay, select an option, right? And then whatever it selects, we could call that the answer. For pass that into the answer variable, and then we'd say if answer is equal to the correct answer, which is capital, um, print correct, right? Else print incorrect. Okay, let's see what this would do. Oh, do you see that? Okay, so if I just take Algers and input Algers, it prints correct. You can see the correct here. We could actually put a break line here and a break line here, backward slash, end slash. Okay, so let's put in the wrong option. Let's say it's Cairo and see what that will give us to test the code. Oh, this is incorrect, right? Let's make this a capital letter and this capital letter. Okay, so let's wipe this off. Let's stop it and rerun it to see what it's going to say about our code. Okay, so let's give it the incorrect answer and see what happens. Yeah, do you see that space? You know what? Let's make it that's correct. Do you see that we would need to change this because of, yeah. So we just correct, and change this to incorrect. Okay, so we're almost there, but we need to add ABC to it, right? To add ABC to it, I think we would need to, what can we do? What can we do? Uh, okay, we could we could make a list of letters, right? Um, give this A, give this B, give this C, give this D, right? Make this. and find some way to map this to the options. Okay, so okay, we could do this. We could do this. Let's make this a little better. So for letter, we could use a map function to join the two. For letter in letters, right? This in a map, right? Print. This gives you the opportunity to iterate through two lists at the same time. So let's print first this, then letter, right? Oh, okay. We could. Okay, there are two ways we could do it. We could just print letters. This. Uh, this. Yeah, this should work. This should be letter. Okay, let's see this. List objects not iterable. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, let's see. Let's ask Google how to iterate or loop through two lists at the same time. Python. Let's see. Oh, zip. I think that's what I missed. Zip, not map. Okay. Okay, let's try it again. Oh, fantastic. Do you guys see it? Do you see it? Does this look good? Okay, so we know all just is the correct answer. If we click on the car and input the car, tells us that's incorrect. But this is good. We're almost there while rounding up. This is good. But we want it to be we want to be so that the person just imputes A B C D instead of having to type out the exact option or capital. So what do we do? Okay, so we could say if we could change our if to be if answer is equal to we might need to create we might need to create another dictionary here and call it uh, options dict, right? Create an empty dictionary. Okay. If we do this, we would want to populate the dictionary with less options underscore dict, right? Um, cap, right, is equal to letter. So this would create, for example, let's go through a simple example here. This would create, say, Dakar and map Dakar to option A. This is what's happening here, right? So this is what we want to do. This is what we want to do, right? So that's what's happening here. So options dictionary, this options dict here takes it takes the capital, right? The each capital in the options and then maps a letter to it, maps the A, B, C to it. Okay, so I hope that makes some sense. It should. It's pretty simple. Uh yeah, so if answer is equal to options underscore dict capital. So this is the right option. This is the right letter. So for example, this means, for example, if um, option, you know what, I could just do this. If the car is the right option, right? After you've put all this, the options into dictionary, and this is A. If the person picks the option A, if answer here is A, and Dakar too is A, with Dakar, which is the right option, is A, then print correct, right? If not print, that's incorrect. So let's try it out and see. So I'm going to put in, I know option D is the correct answer, so I'll just put in option D. Do you see that? D that was given here is equal to the value of this of the correct capital, which is D2. So that's why it's saying that's correct. But sometimes the answer could come in as a lower case. So we could just do this, or answer is equal to options dict capital lower. I hope this works. Then print. So let's try it out and see. So let's use smaller c and c. Oh, so that's not correct. That's not working. Hmm. Okay, we're pressed for time, so this is actually a peripheral. We'll come back to it. Work on it. Okay, so but then we need a way to count how many correct answers and incorrect answers the person gets. So we could just make correct is equal to 0, incorrect is equal to 0. If the person gets the answer correct, add 1 to correct, else add 1 to incorrect. And at the end of the loop, once the game is over, if correct, uh okay, just basically print um you got correct, correct, right? And incorrect, incorrect. Okay, so let's, all right, just make this a formatted string. So you got 10 correctly, or 10 capitals correctly, and then maybe 20 capitals incorrectly. That's what this is going to do for us. Um, yeah, I think this is pretty much good. Let's see. I think this is pretty much good. Uh, okay, okay. Let's see. Let's stop it and rerun it. Okay, all just put in D. Correct. Uh, oh, I really can't. You know what? Let's test out the code on a smaller portion so it's easy for us to go through. Because I could actually just stop this because there are like 55 countries and that's a lot for us to test out. So let's just pick five. One, two, three, four, five. Copy. And let's just test that out. So let's call that country dict is equal to this. Okay. Okay. So let's test it out on this five. Say this is D. I know this is Tunisia. Correct. I know Uganda is, I think, Kampala. Is that correct? Yeah. Zambia, I don't know, I think it's Djibouti. Incorrect. Okay. Zimbabwe, I know that's Harare. Okay. So we answered. Okay. So you see that it tells us you got three capitals correctly and two capitals incorrectly. So that means our code is working fine. Pretty easy, yeah? So we can wipe this out. We're not using it. Or we might want to use it. So let's just put that into a doc string. A doc string means the computer knows not to run it. That is it because it's a comment. Okay, let me see. Okay, we don't need this anymore. Um, yeah, letters A, B, C. So let's now try to work on this. What if the person imputes a small letter? Let's see. Let me pick out this and work on it outside. Let's come out from the impute. Just take in an input and then give us an answer. Um, print. Okay, we could just do print answer dot lower. Let's see what that would do. So if we put in a C, what does that do? Okay, let's make this. If we put in a C, what would that do? Okay, if we put in a if we put in a capital letter, what would that do? It lowers it. Okay. If you put in a small letter, what does that do? Let's see how to change the um, this works. Okay, upper. If you put in an upper and then pass in a small letter C, what does that do? It makes it bigger. Okay, if you pass in A big letter C, what does that do? Leaves it as bigger. Okay, so if answer, okay, then we could just do this dot upper. So whatever comes in is turned to uppercase. Whether it comes in as uppercase or it comes in as lowercase, turns it to uppercase. So should we try out the code? Let's pass in, what's really capital of Togo? Lumer. Let's pass in A, small letter A, and C. That's correct. So yeah, even though you select Tunisia, let's pass in the proper capital letter A. Also, that's correct. Okay, so our code is fine then. All right, guys. So this is your code is working fine. Um, yeah, this is basically a simple project to show, to help you build your Python skills. What more could we do to this? Okay, I think it's fine this way. Okay, one other thing you could do is think of how you can put this into a function, right? Think of how you can put this into a function. I know for one, you can put this into a function that takes in correct and incorrect as a parameter and then prints this, right? I know for one, you can create a function that takes in contradict and then does all this. Yeah, does everything. We could put everything here into a function, right? So once the user imputes, I want to play a game. Um, yeah, once the user imputes, I want to play a game. You run this function, or you could use a while loop rather. You could say while, we don't really have much time, so I won't delve into that. But you could say, let me just help you through. While um, maybe response or user response is equal to, say, a yes, I want to play, is equal to a yes, you go into the while loop, then basically loop through all the countries just as we've done, right? Just as we've done. And then the while loop expires or finishes or breaks when you've exceeded a country. When you finished all the countries you can answer to. I'm actually thinking through the process. Or you could just say while um, you could give this a count. While count is less than or equal to len, say capitals, yeah, or len countries, whichever one. Basically, just the total amount of countries you have here. Go into the dictionary, but you break out. Go into the while loop, but you break out when, if the person imputes, I want to stop at any point. You just need to make a few minor changes to this, but I leave that to you. With what we've done, it will be easier for you to go through. And I'm looking out to what you guys will do with this. Jonathan, Jane, I know. Yeah, I'm looking forward to what you guys will do with this. But this is pretty awesome. This is really nice work. For those of you who might have been having issues with this, I hope this helps you out. It helps you out. Um, we could add this to this. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is good. All right, so guys, really nice one. Great having you in class. It's been an amazing experience with you guys, an amazing learning experience, even for me too. I'm looking forward to reaching out to you guys. If you have any issues, you could always just message us at hello@coderina.org and then get back to you immediately. Uh, if you want to reach me personally, or you just send a message, just send an email to, and then forward you my mail. If you have any challenges. So yeah, it's been great. And on that note, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys next time. Okay, so I'm handing off to my co-facilitators.